Guys, tell me one thing. Goal settings. Do you remember why we talk about? I talk about goal settings. Remember? Yes, no, maybe yes, maybe no. What is the goal? I mean, I have targeted something to achieve. I have targeted something to achieve in in future. That is my goal of life. I mean, goal to achieve. Right? Basically, there are two types of goals which I have spoken. One is a long-term goal. One is a short-term goal. So, what is a long-term goal? Long-term goal is the goal which I have to achieve in long run, which takes time to achieve. But what is a short-term goal? The short-term goal is are those which we can achieve in shorter period of time. But to achieve the long run goal, we need to achieve our short term goals first. Once we achieve our short term goals, then only we can achieve our long term goals. This is what I told you. Do you remember? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Then how come
Yes, sir.
most of you achieve, committed mistakes? They're in first sessional in terms of goal settings. Goals are, you need to first of all set the realistic goals. Number one, you cannot set any goals for yourself. If you set a realistic goals, you need to understand what is the time duration it will be requiring. Again, you have to set some goals. Once you set the goals for yourself, it's not enough. After setting the goals, you need to know how to achieve your goal. Next, what is the duration it will be requiring to achieve the goal? You cannot give any of the time you want to give randomly. No, you have to give some realistic time. Guys, do not turn off your videos. Why are you turning off your videos? I did not ask you to turn off your video. Next, I talked about 4Ws 1H. What is that 4W 1H? It talks about it talks about what, where, when, whom, and how. The moment you answer this question, rather I can say by the time you'll be answering this question, how, before you do any work, you need to ask this five questions to yourself. What, where, when, whom, and how. By the time you'll be answering this question, how I'm going to do the work. That means I have a target, I have a goal to achieve. How will I achieve my goal? I'll be ready with my action plan. That means my plan of action. Unless you do not have any plan of action, you cannot achieve your goal. Maybe it's a long-term goal, or maybe it's a short-term goal. Understanding what I'm saying? Understanding what I'm saying? So please do not make any mistake
Yes, sir.
in future, maybe in your sessional 2 or maybe in your theory exam. Do not commit mistakes in these simple questions. Understand? At times the answer has to be yes or no most of the time. It cannot be maybe, may not be, yes, partially no. For all question it does not work. First understand the question properly. Once you understand the question properly, say what's your, if I ask you, you had your food, you had your breakfast, you had your lunch, what will be your answer? Either it has to be yes, either it has to be a no. It cannot be partially yes, partially no. Understood? Once you try to understand the question properly, then you can answer the question very easily. Because I have covered all the topics in the classes, or I have shared the notes as well with you. So go through the notes properly, check the notes. If you have any questions, please do come to me. Next week, who is the this one? CR of the class, Sapam, no? Sapam, you're the class CR, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sapam, next week we will be covering the topic dress code. Please do remind me about this, and I'll be sharing the notes as well. I'll be sharing my screen. So I would request
Yes.
everyone, I will request everyone to click the pictures of the slides. That means the screenshot, because you'll be getting questions from that topic in your sessional 2 examination. Fine. Okay.